guys, it's Dr.626 here, and I am playing some CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I was playing competitive, and I noticed that a lot of people didn't really know their calls. So, and I really want to give tips on what I know of the game already. Right now I'm just playing Dust 2 with no bots on, so I can just tell you all the calls that I know of. I don't know if other people have different calls, but yeah. So this right here where I'm standing is T-spawn. T-spawn is for terrorist spawn, you know, it could be called a lot of things, but T-spawn is usually what it's called. And this is where the terrorists spawn, and terrorists have the bomb, of course. So if we go over here, this is still considered T-spawn. All this I call it. And then down here, we get up into upper tunnels to B, and this is upper tunnels to B. And over here is lower tunnels, all down here to mid. So at bomb site, this is bomb site, like mostly in the red region on, as you see on the minimap. But yeah, so while you're playing, when you're a terrorist in there, watch out for a CT guy, like either here or over here with an AWP, because AWPs are OP and everyone fucking uses them because they're annoying. And they'll just freaking one-shot you right there. So yeah, if you don't know the calls for when you're terrorists and you're camping here, this is cars. So you actually, when you're a terrorist, you're coming through, you might actually want to watch here for a guy with like a P90 or something. This is tunnels, so someone will have to watch tunnels. Usually it'll be the guy over there. Usually the guy over here, depending on which gun they have, would be watching whoever comes from tunnels, or watching double doors, which someone has to watch double doors. No, wait, these are just, I guess they could just be called doors. And that's window. And while you're a terrorist, you just plant. It's sometimes better to plant here because while you're here, it's much easier to defend. Some people like to put it here, but when you're over there, it's kind of, and someone comes from window up here and comes down, can easily defuse this, and then you have to run over here. So yeah, crouch to make these jumps if you want to do them correctly. And over here is mid, and this is all like mid, and over there by T-spawn is suicide. The whole thing you can do is like suicide run. So over here is CT spawn. This is where the counter-terrorists spawn. They spawn all right here. They're all nice and cozy, and the bomb's about to go off. Yeah, so the bomb goes off, boom, nothing really happens to the map. And then you spawn back here. Congrats. You just hit B and you, I don't know, buy that, whatever you want to fucking do. So, as I said, right here is suicide. And you can't go through there, but who cares. So, suicide, and over here, again, it's mid to lower tunnels. So, just when you're in a game, just listen to the calls a lot. And try to pick up on the calls due to like how people are talking. You can like you can jump over that to get onto these boxes to then go over here. This right here, it kind of starts here and all over here. This is catwalk. All right here. You usually go catwalk with like P90s and just rush it all the way to a site, which is right here. And when you're protecting a site, you usually have a guy watching cat, someone watching long with, I don't know, like an auto sniper or an AWP, and sometimes you can even have someone right there watching for CT mid from right here. So, and also you can sometimes have a guy with a P90 here if you're lucky enough, watching from long. So, and now as you know, this over here is barrels. So when you're a terrorist over there, and you like, you're like over there trying to get over to A, sometimes people will be like, oh, someone's at barrels. Barrels is right here. They usually have an AWP or something protecting, and the barrels protect them, and they can just shoot right down to pit over there. So, yeah, this is A long. This is by cars, because there's two. Say 1, 2. Congrats. And, yeah, so this is A long. This over here, this little thing, is called pit. And from pit, usually, you come from T-spawn over to A, which is over here, see? T-spawn, go that way to cat and mid, and this way to A long. This right here, this spot with the 2 doors, is double doors, but the other place over by B can also be called double doors, but it's mostly only called doors. Some people just mess up and say double doors, you know. So over here is just A long, you know. People could be over there, over here. Right here is by dumpster, because it's like you're like kind of hidden from everything. And a good spot to camp right here is to be right here, because people will just walk over to you. So from there it's pit, and usually from pit you jump down in there. Okay, I don't have enough time. Fuck it. When you're coming from okay, just stop. When you're coming from long over here, usually you would have like an AK, and this is usually like second or third round that you would do this. So you would have AK, you would come over here, kill anyone who's over there, because usually they'll camp like right there, so as soon as you like walk from here, you're like getting shot at. So just be careful of that. And like you would just come over here and just jump down into pit and hide. And then with your AK or whatever you have, you just peek up and just shoot randomly, you know. AK is pretty OP, and just get massive just headshots somehow. I have no clue how, you just do somehow, like magic or something. And then, okay, so yeah, that's that. And these are usually called boxes. So yeah, you can watch cat and stuff. Planting. When you plant here and you have range weapons, you usually want to plant like right here, because when you plant here, and this is planting for long, so when you plant here, you would usually have like a long range gun, sometimes an AK even, and while you're down, you would go down in pits, and then you just keep checking, because the bomb will be right there, the person trying to defuse it. So yeah, it's a pretty easy way. Okay, what else can we talk about? I don't really know. Just know your calls. Some tips for just playing the game in general. As you hear, as I'm walking. Okay. Yeah, Tom Robinson, Dongerco, you know. So, yeah. I don't know, get SSG. Okay. Okay, first thing. You walk faster with a Glock or a knife out. You just walk faster. And also, if you can hear my footsteps. So when you're sneaking around a map, you don't really want them to hear your footsteps. So you can do one of two things. You can either hold shift and walk forward and you'll just be like stealth. Or you can crouch and go, which is like the same thing, but when you have a gun, you have a better accuracy by a little bit. But as soon as you start going, like you have a little bit more accuracy. But yeah. So you would be like that. And it's like shoot the guy there. Do stuff, you know. Plant the motherfucking bomb. Another thing. From window, watch right there if you're like a CT or a terrorist coming from long to B, shoot, because an AWPer could be there, and also, usually a terrorist will plant here and stay here, and just watch window. They'll just watch window. So, like, it's kind of hard to defend against that, but you can just, like, jump around and get the, like, kick them on or something. Another thing to note, AKs shoot through the, say, they showed up on the other side, can shoot through these wooden doors. So if someone's like on the, same over by A, if someone's on the other side of this door and you don't know exactly where they are, just spray it, you know. Just make an effort. Same thing goes for all these doors. A lot of these boxes you can shoot through. Like, not really the thick part, but like the thinner parts. And I think like any part of these littler boxes. So yeah, that's a good thing to note. Is there any? I don't know. I never really noticed that it was open to crack. Whatever. Good thing to note over here too. When you're over here with a teammate, you can come over here and crouch, and then they can jump on top of you and to get up there. So that's a good thing to note. When the bomb is here and you're coming from CT, you want to like walk so that you won't really be heard or seen from people up here. And yeah, and then you just be like, play it, you know, play for long or something. More things about other stuff. It's really about like grenades and smokes. So yeah, I don't know, let's just plant. Well, I don't really need to, I can just go back. So, another thing to know, really I should say, another thing that you can do, or I don't know, whatever you want to do, is you can go back to your spawn. It's not really a smart thing to do, but if you're like alone, like your entire team's dead and you have like a few people left, just walk back to your spawn and then you can just, no, what? I guess not, whatever. Sometimes you're able to come back and just buy stuff. I don't know if that was just like something else, I don't know. Because I remember going back and buying stuff. I guess not, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, let me just plant this, because I need to show you about smokes and stuff. And some other tactics that I saw. So, yeah. When you're shooting someone, if you did the like training course when you get the game, I highly recommend doing it. It'll show you how to shoot and stuff, and like show you all the different weapons. Like, I don't think it can show you all the different weapons here, but AK is pretty OP when you get it. A bunch of terrorist things. Some of the other guns too, like some CT stuff is good. The smokes and stuff and decoys are some methods of using them are kind of hard, but yeah, so we don't need gear. Oh yeah, always when you start off a match of competitive, at least the first round is always a pistol round, so you can't really buy a lot. So get a Kevlar vest, because that will help you so much. Don't buy a pistol. So, grenades. Let's start off with smoke. Well, we don't really need explosive, but why not? Flashbang, and fine, we can start with that. So, high explosive. It's just your ordinary frag grenade. Throw it, and it explodes. Ta-da. Magic. Yeah. Flashbangs. still flashbang, just like in COD and stuff, but never say this is anything like COD. For a flashbang, you usually want to like either hit a wall so it goes over there, and always look away from it. Like if someone throws a flashbang at you, look either like away from it and like kind of down a little bit. And usually if you get flashbanged, like hide behind a wall or something, or just start spraying, because usually it'll hit either your teammate or the enemy, which I don't know. Another one, smoke. A lot of tactics, there's a lot of different places to smoke exactly. Okay, so a place normally where you're gonna want to smoke at B is just throw it like over there. That was a not really great smoke. Usually you want to get it like over here so it fills up over here, and then you can just like come in and it really shades you. So yeah, that's one smoke. Another... Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, you have to hold it down. Make sure it's all the way planted before you unplant. And make sure, while you're planting, always make sure you know who has the bomb and alert them, because sometimes even I forget that I have bomb, and then I'm like, oh shit, I have bomb. And yeah, so another place usually you're gonna wanna smoke is as a terrorist or a CT. You can smoke like over here, like you just throw a grenade and you smoke mid, so they won't see you from over there or from up here. Because usually, sometimes people will be standing there with an AWP or a freaking, goddammit, an automatic sniper rifle, so they could just be like, and like shoot the shit out of you. So yeah, there's that to bring up. So what else? There's decoy, Molotov, and let's find another smoke because there's another really pro smoke that I saw. So another thing to note about smoke and Molotovs, when you have a Molotov thrown down, you don't have to like completely light it. You can just, this is a good place to light it so people can't come up here when you're a terrorist going to B. So that's a good note that. And if you put a smoke over fire, it'll muzzle down the fire. It'll like put it out. So yeah. Another, okay, decoys later. Another good smoke technique, which is like pro, like I don't even use it because I like suck, is like if you're CT and they're rushing cat, you can like smoke this and like, I don't know, you can't really see it that great, but you'll hide right here behind barrel and where you plant long, and they'll just plant the bomb right in front of you, and then you can just go up behind them and defuse it. So like I saw that on like pro YouTube something, I don't even know. It was like ninja shit. It was like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. So yeah, that leaking, awesome detail. Yeah, so let's go on to decoy. So decoys, even says decoy on it, see, it's beautiful. How I use decoys is usually we'll say, oh, let's rush long, like so we'll go long. So usually I'll buy a decoy and I'll say, okay, I'm decoying B, so I'll run over here and I'll just chuck a decoy in there. What decoys do, it takes the sound that your gun makes and it acts like it's over there, like you're over there shooting. And on the minimap, up on the corner, the other team will see it as an enemy. So it's really good to note. You can also decoy if you're rotating to A, from B to A, like B didn't work out. You can like throw decoy like over here, and then go B, and they'll just like, and then go A, and then they'll come in. So yeah, that's good to note. Let's think. What else can we talk about? I think that might be it. I think that is pretty much it. Let's think. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's all. Yeah. So remember, just like walk. Cause I remember I was walking somewhere, and someone else just walked over, and that's my Skype. So I'm sorry. Well, that's the end of the video. Yay! See my mouse cursor. Congrats. Bye. Have fun. Be good. Bye.